If there were evidence to warrant a recommendation for collusion charges against the president, do you believe the special counsel team would have found it?
Yes.
And if there were evidence to warrant your recommendation for obstruction of justice charges against the president, do you believe the Mueller team would have found it?
They canvassed the evidence exhaustively. They didn't reach a decision on it.
There you have the Attorney General, Bill Barr, making his message clear as our next guest questioned him over the Mueller report at yesterday's Senate hearing. Judiciary Committee member Marsha Blackburn joins us right now from D.C., a foggy D.C., with an inside look. So, Senator, what did we learn yesterday?
What we learned is that the Mueller report stands. We accept that. There was no collusion from Donald Trump and his team. We also learned, Steve, that the Democrats still can't accept that Donald Trump won, and he is serving well. He is executing on what the American people want to see done. But they can't get over the 2016 results.
What did you make of the fact that somebody leaked to the Washington Post a letter that Mueller signed talking about to Bill Barr, saying essentially, I don't like the way the public is interpreting the Mueller report given your 4-page statement that he put out, and then Mr. Barr put something else out. And Mr. Barr, the Attorney General, referred to that letter as, well, it was a little snitty, probably written by a staff member.
I think that General Barr is probably correct on that. It probably was staff-driven. And here is the thing. If Bob Mueller did not like the way the media and the public was responding to the report, Bill Barr can't do anything about that, nor can I, nor can anyone else. Right. That is the media with their response. What we can do something about is making certain that we continue to investigate how we had an Oppo research document that ended up being used to get a FISA warrant, right, and then a campaign was spied upon.
Right, and while the Democrats went after the obstruction and also the Mueller letter, the Republicans, for the most part, were interested in talking about the very beginning of the Mueller report and the Steele dossier, the FISA thing. You're interested in whether or not there was a corrupt culture at the highest levels of the FBI and the Department of Justice, right?
Absolutely, because Tennesseans say to me every day, how could you have FBI agents, an agency that is our premier law enforcement agency, and they are so smug and arrogant and elitist that they think that they can thwart a candidate, spy on a candidate, and they're going to get by with it. What kind of culture exists there? And while Mr. Barr feels that there is a good culture, and I got to tell you, Steve, there's a lot of great people that work at DOJ and FBI, you still have a clique within that entity that feel as if they're superior in their knowledge and their ability, and they can do whatever they want and be above the law. And Tennesseans don't like that. The American people don't like that.
Are you confident, Senator, the Attorney General is going to get to the bottom of that?
Absolutely. The Attorney General will figure this out, and I think the Senate Judiciary Committee under Senator Graham's leadership will continue to work on this. This is what people want to know. This should never happen to another candidate, whether they're Democrat, Republican, or Independent. This should never happen to an American citizen where they are accused erroneously, a warrant is received, and they are spied upon.
Well, a lot of people would like the answers to those questions. Let's see what happens. Senator, thank you very much for joining us.
Good to be with you. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. All right.